Hey ladies, welcome back to the Hot and Healthy Hot Seat. So you calculated your weight loss calorie range and you're very excited to start hitting numbers, but then you actually start tracking and you're like, now what? What do I eat? What do I do? Is this working? What's gonna happen? Okay, so if you are in this place, let me break it down real simple. You have your calorie budget. That's awesome. We wanna hit this calorie budget typically daily, but also weekly. I always talk about weekly calorie averages. We don't just want like a few days hitting your range and then like days you're blowing it out of the water. You're gonna call it a cheat meal, cheat days. I call it fun and like getting a little bit off track, and it's okay, like it can fit, but of course we need to be consistent. But I actually don't want you to focus on any of that right now. You need to focus on a mantra that I always say to clients that will literally transform your body and your life. Make your next meal count. So making your next meal count is this idea of what do we need to eat to get a step closer to your goals and really focus on one thing at a time. It is so overwhelming thinking about, okay, I need to hit this calorie average, all of these meals, all of these days, what am I gonna do? It's overwhelming. You're overwhelmed before you even frickin' start. That's why I'm such a believer in focusing on making your next meal count so you can focus on what is most important and something that you can control right frickin' now to get closer to your weight loss goals. So now that you have your calorie range, your goal is to focus on your next meal, but I also want to take it one step further. Calories are like money. You have your calorie budget. What helps my clients inside of all of my programs with the way I coach them is viewing their calories as money in a budget and actually thinking through how they want to spend their calorie money. How many meals do you want to have? How many snacks do you want to have? What is that rhythm, is what I call it, that rhythm of eating that you're going to eat in that specific way and effortlessly be able to hit your calories. If you eat 1,500 calories per day and that's part of your budget that you're aiming for, how many meals and snacks are you having? And then you're gonna figure out how many calories at each of those meals and each of those snacks you have. So that way, as you're tracking your food and getting used to, calorie tracking and getting towards your weight loss goals, you know how many calories you have per meal. So you can start to plan out those meals, and you see where I'm going with this. You start to plan out those meals and understand how to get on track, because the reality is this, ladies. First day you track your calories, it's gonna be an awakening. You are going to be floored and shocked, and honestly, you might be a little depressed at the end of the day. You're like, oh my goodness, I have 50 calories left and I haven't even ate dinner yet. What is going on? And it's okay, like this is part of the process. Do not feel guilt. Don't feel like you have to starve yourself. Eat the freaking dinner. Now that you've had that experience, our goal is to think about the next day. How are you gonna plan a little bit more strategically, focus on your next meal, breakfast, how you can make that fit that budget, and what I call reverse engineer your success. Now that you have your calories, you know what to do. Make your next meal count and figure out how you want to spend your calorie money. If you haven't calculated your calories, be sure to check out the description below. I link my female fat loss calorie calculator there so you can do that today to know your calorie budget for weight loss. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time in the hot seat.